We all had an early vision of what our lives would look like, and then life actually happened. From marriage to motherhood, career dreams, and everything in between, this is Life Actually with Mary Bell. We're back, part 2, Life Actually with Mary Bell and Lauren Hornacek, my best friend and an executive coach. We have talked about how basically we went to University of Delaware together. She started her career in finance at Goldman Sachs, made the money, had the, esteemed job title, was able to buy all the things and was severely just unhappy with life, which a lot of people unfortunately experience when you go into those very prestigious jobs and, you really love making the money. And then somewhere along the line, some people are like, hey, this is not what I need and want my life to be. And throughout that entire journey, again, we're best friends. Like, she is the sister that I have chosen for myself from freshman year of college. She has been through me through every up, down stage in my life that I've been in since I've been 18 years old and vice versa. Broken up relationships, guys, dating, careers, money, marriage, buying houses, everything that you could think of. And when I say best friends or the sisters we choose, like, I really mean it. We both have our own sisters. We both love them dearly. And to have an extra person in your life that you can call a sister, even though we don't share the same bloodline, but it sometimes feels like we do, like, that is a really important part of my life that I'm very thankful for. And um we like to talk about what we sort of the value we give to each other as friends. And I think the biggest thing is how honest we've been to each other over the years.
One of the things I've always appreciated about you is just your honesty. I always say we have different friends for different things. And I said, if I want to know if my outfit looks good, I'm going to call Mary. If I want to know that my outfit's awesome, even when it's not, there's a different friend that I call for that. So I've always appreciated how direct and honest we can be with each other. There's a couple of memories that stand out in my mind. One was years ago when I was having struggles in my first marriage, and with what was going on that day, I was 100% in the right. And Mary heard me speaking to my ex-husband and had the courage to say, you might be right, but right now you're acting like an asshole or some version of that. And she wasn't wrong, right? So that's like just a lesson I've always taken with me is regardless, again, of your circumstances, we mentioned that in the past episode, like it's still on you how you want to show up. But having the friend that will call you out so lovingly or not and say like, yeah, you're right. And also like, stop acting like a jerk. Just it's that lesson has stood the test of time.
Yeah. And that's actually a big thing in my family too. We joke all the time about delivery. Like and we said it in part 1. It's not always necessarily what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
And that has stood the test of time with both our friendship too, because even I think it was something where like I was super duper busy and you just felt like, hey, listen, it was for my 30th birthday. Like, I just want to celebrate you for your birthday. And I was getting super overwhelmed with like family and friends and like financially struggling. And it was like not arguments, but I was like, Jay, I know you want to plan something, but like it's really hard. Like we don't have the money and it's okay to not celebrate right now. Like we'll just celebrate small. And you as my person, you're like, hey, listen, lady, I want to celebrate 30 years of you, or not 30, 40 years of you being alive. I wish it was
It could
30.
be 30. It's okay.
But it was my 40th. I just want to, and like, I'm not trying to add pressure to your life, but like, I want to come see you and I want to like, and you felt a little hurt, almost like I was like shutting you out that like, I didn't want to see you, which was obviously not the case, but I very much appreciate that, type of communication where like, and you even said our other best friend, Christine, you're like, I didn't want to get off the phone with Christine or be on the phone with Christine and be like, can you believe Mary's like not doing that?
No, I called Mary because I was upset because it was really important to me that we celebrate her 40th birthday. She was working too hard, doing too many things, blessing too many people that I'm like, we're not just going to like pretend your birthday doesn't exist. Like, I don't care if we have a slumber party at your house and it costs us $5. Like, we are celebrating your birthday. I was like, I don't care what we do, but we're doing something. And she was really frustrating the shit out of me because she just wasn't having it. So I was going to see a girlfriend that day for lunch. And I knew I was at that level of frustration where like I was gonna gossip if I didn't address it. And so for that reason, I called Mary and she could tell you my voice was shaking. I ugly cried and I said, I might be crazy. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if this is even a thing, but this is how I'm feeling. Like, I want to celebrate you. And I feel you keep pushing me
Basically,
away.
like I was shutting you out.
Yeah. And we had this whole conversation and you received it so well. You could have got defensive and said, like, bitch, leave me alone. I got enough going on. But you didn't. Like, you heard it and then we like problem solved from there. But also, like, I want to show up in a way where I can respect myself at the end of the day. And I don't want to gossip about anybody. And if I'm gonna gossip about somebody, it means there needs to be a conversation had with that person so that we can actually get to a resolution versus just talking behind their back. Like, that doesn't solve anything.
Well, I think that's why it was easier for me not to get defensive because I didn't hear it from a third party. Like, did you hear that Lauren is really pissed off that
Yeah.
you're not celebrating your birthday? And I'm like, okay, like initial response to that would be like, okay, but does Lauren know like everything that I have going on? Because when we were talking, it was you able to tell me how you were feeling and then me to like receive it and be like, I can totally understand how that's making you feel. And of course I want to see you for my birthday, but like, here's the other 8 things that I've got going on that's like feeling a little bit like pressure, where the whole birthday celebration is like feels like it's turning into like stress upon stress upon stress. And the ability for us to just talk about that, you take that ability to communicate with your best friend, with your husband, with your family members, and we always really choose to do that, have those hard conversations. Because also I just feel like I get eaten up alive if I keep stuff like that inside. We've learned that over the course of
If I don't get it out, I'll explode. And that's not good for anybody.
Right. Not at all. And I think that's another big thing. So, and you said a few things about our relationship that are your favorite parts of it. A, the ability to be vulnerable. We have hard truths and there are things that can just change everything if you let it, like with all these different stages that we go through. And you said before, don't ask us questions if you don't want honest answers. And do you feel though, like, do I ever give you my input without asking for it? Because I try not to, but I'm sure I do sometimes.
Nothing's coming to mind. You might do it with me more than other people, but we also have that relationship.
Right.
And I probably also coach you even when you don't ask me to.
I have my own executive coach, everybody.
Yeah, we probably take a few liberties with each other, but no, it never. And I think the important thing is to consider the intention. Whether it's you or whether it's anyone, like what's the intention? Are they giving you that advice to support you, to help you? Like if the intention is pure, then keep that in mind.
Right. I love talking about this stuff too, because I hope people who are watching who are like, oh, maybe, I have interest in executive coaching or like these building blocks of the type of friend you are make you a fantastic coach for people because those parts of your personality lend itself perfectly to helping essentially strangers try to make their way out of the situation that they're in.
You're absolutely right. It's usually the soft skills, right, that are such the game changer. And if you can master the soft skills in any area of your life, it has a ripple effect into your professional life, how you act in the boardroom. It's just the benefits are just mind blowing once you like figure out that one little thing.
Yeah.
And it just multiplies.
Yes. Inspiring each other is a big one. You say that all the time and you're like a cozy blanket for me, but you inspire the shit out of me as well. Like, especially this, like you said before we came in here, like I'm the one that's comfortable on camera and yapping and social media and video this and picture that. You're great when you're there, but it's not your first thing. It's you don't love it. It's, you're like, all right, I'll do it if I have to, but whatever. You're sitting here after a 4-hour drive, ladies and gentlemen, 4-hour drive from New Jersey to Stamford, Connecticut, and a very violent pee break.
It was.
And she's here, and this is like you supporting me, but me supporting you. This is like us just inspiring each other. Like, how important has that been through your journey, having somebody to just sort of keep pushing you along?
The thing that's always stood out about Mary, even from our college days and my first job and that first big bonus, is like Mary has always been just the biggest cheerleader. She is for me, but she is for everybody. And even when she was like, shit, your bonus is like, what I made all year or whatever it was, there was never like this. There was never this competition. Like she was always just like your biggest fan. Even the day we both bought cars on the same day, we didn't know. So she called me. She's like, "Hey, I bought a car." And I was like, "That's amazing." I also bought a car that day. It was my first and only Mercedes.
Mhm.
And I just didn't say anything.
Everybody, I had the Nissan Murano. Okay. I fucking love that car though.
And it
Okay.
wasn't like a competition. It was more like, she's celebrating. Let's celebrate. I didn't want to be like, me too. I also bought a car. Like, she found out a week later when we met for lunch. But like, and then I got yelled at for not telling her. But it's never been a competition with us. And that's just something I've always found really special. I think too, you mentioned how, okay, so my career at Goldman paid more than your jobs, and yet that is so not an indicator of the skills that you bring to the table. And I think I have always appreciated that about you. To your point, there's so many things you do like a billion times better than me. I just sent my first email, well, first email in a long time, for my business this week. And I'm like, Mary, I know you do this like 3 times a week, but like for me, this is a big deal. And she's just like, yeah, girl, I love it. It's awesome. Send it to me. Like all the things. When meanwhile, she's probably like, you idiot. Like you've had this business for how long? But it's never like that. It's just, oh, you did this. Like that's great. Whether she's a master of it or not. I think our skills complement each other really well.
And I just think the biggest thing is like there's never a competition. If you find yourself competing with somebody else, you're lacking something on the inside that is forcing you to try to propel yourself above somebody in stature. Like, you know, or if somebody's doing that to you, they're not very confident in themselves. And I would 10 out of 10 recommend running in the opposite direction. Because especially when you're in that 40-year-old range, like we don't have that much free time anymore. I'm not surrounding myself with people who are trying to do things better, or that make me feel like I can't just be myself. Like sometimes I have my shit together, and other times, you know what I look like at home, or my house is not together all the time. Like I am just, and there's no comparing, there's no judging. It's just, I love that about us. I wish
we're all doing the best we can.
Yeah, but supporting each other along the way. There's also something to be said with friendships, quality over quantity. And I think we had a lot of acquaintances through the years. And then, you know, certain things just happen in life where I've talked about this in previous episodes. You don't keep friends from every season of life. It doesn't mean you're not grateful for them. You take those lessons that you learned from the friendship, or maybe the reasons why the friendship disintegrated in the first place, and you keep moving forward. So like, for anybody listening too, that's like, wow, I really wish I had a best friend like this, and they don't, or they do, or maybe they're transitioning into that 30-year-old or 40-year-old where they're like, whoa, all those friends that I thought were friends are not really friends. Like, how do they best manage that whole process?
I think for one, just like get out there, meet people, right? Like now through your business, you've met so many more people, and that's part of it, right? Like you're going to find the people that you gravitate toward, and focusing too like on your values. If you have friends where your values are just not aligned, I'm not saying you can't be friends, but they might be your like, we're going to go have a beer friends, not your, hey, I'm going to tell you all of my biggest secrets friends. So I think just being really mindful and honest with yourself. Like, are you getting, and like, it's not about just about getting, but if you're giving, are you getting what you need in that relationship? And if you're not, then you might just want to like recategorize what that friendship looks like, but keeping yourself open and honest to the relationships that are really important to you. My circle's pretty small these days, and that's okay. I don't have a lot of free time anyway. So like the people I choose to spend it on, like those are my people. Like that's where I want to make the investments.
I think it's really great too for, again, anybody listening who would be considering executive coaching with you. Essentially, you get the best parts of you as my best friend, like my friend, and the things that I know are the greatest parts of you. Like you get as a service, like your honesty, your relatability, your ability to ask questions to help people out of the boxes that they're in. Like it's the thing that I'm most fortunate that we met each other and that I sort of benefit from. And I hope I give you other, you know, benefits in return as friends. But that's a fantastic thing that those qualities you can then offer as a service to people. And I've seen them firsthand for my marriage stuff. And then even as I've gone through different career stages in my life where you've been like, hell yeah, you can do this. Like you just remind people what they're made of and what they're capable of.
Yes, absolutely. We all have our insecurities, right? And at this point, it is not uncommon for family members to call me because they're negotiating a salary and they're like, how do I do this? How do I stand up for myself? How do I stand in my power? Or when they're having different challenges, right? Like, how do I communicate this hard truth? Or like, what do I do? How do I navigate this situation? I think for me, I love people. I love hearing their stories. That is something that is the golden thread that has been since the beginning of time, and especially through even my Goldman years. So it makes sense that I'm in the career that I'm in. I want to hear your story, and I want you to succeed in the ways that are so meaningful to you. I want your heart to feel full. All the people I work with, they're not struggling for lack of effort. Like, they're working really hard. So they should be able to enjoy their life on a whole different level than where they are right now. But so often it's because they're not living aligned with their values or the things they want, or just it's hard. You get caught up in the rat race and you forget.
Yeah.
Like, when people said back when I was there, like, what do you like? I'm like, I don't know. Like, sleep. Like, I don't like, I didn't like I wasn't doing anything.
Side note, you have so many good clips right here for LinkedIn. Like, these are like videos that would reach so many people that are quite literally scrolling probably right now and unsure of what the hell they're going to do next. Or like, I don't think you realize
We laugh
how,
because I don't post.
yeah, but you have there's so much content. Like, if you just literally walked around like I do with a fucking camera in your face all day long, you have so much stuff.
You can walk around and video me and I'll do it that way.
Oh my God. You too bad you're 4 hours away, because you could just roll with Kai Visions here, plug the production. Because you're like bustling with like info and really.
Well, and the passion I have for my career, I want everyone to have that. Like, that's what you deserve. I work really hard. Sometimes I work long hours, but like, I do it because I love it. Like, it's
Yeah, but you could hear it. You could hear, and I feel like I do that too when I'm talking about my books and Gennaro and Mia. Like, I made these fucking people up, but like I love them. That like they're like real human beings, and you know that about me. Like, it's a passion project.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. So it's easy, I think, to see where our friendship started, how it blossomed, how much we love each other and support each other. But I'm so proud of all the things that you're doing, even outside your comfort zone. So would you tell the people, will this be the first place that you are publicly announcing your new club?
Should I say where? Yes, I'll say all the things. I'll even give you like something that's not
Let it
released
roll,
to the
girl.
public yet. Okay. So I have been on a few yoga retreats and they have been life-changing. Absolutely amazing. I also hate yoga. And I'm sorry. I know that offends a lot of people. I see the benefits. I do. I feel like it's really hard. It's not for me. Anyway, but I like the idea of it. And so I had to do something that was more aligned with me and my interests. So for the past 10 years, I've been on well over 20 ski trips all over out west, Europe a bunch of times. And so I decided I am going to do a Women in Finance ski retreat.
Woo!
Launching, we're hoping next week. We're getting, the contract is like, it's supposed to be signed every day. It's not
You're an
quite
event planner
signed yet.
now.
I am an event planner now.
Wow.
So I'm super excited. And the part I will release here that has not been released to the public yet is where we are going.
Drum roll, please.
It will be Palisades Tahoe in California.
Oh my God.
We're staying at a 4-star resort. Ski on, ski off. There is no other way. So I believe take all the pain, like take all the hassle out of skiing to make it the most enjoyable possible. And so that is what I have launched.
I've said before, I think it was on, it was after you sent the email, or no, you posted on LinkedIn, I think. I have interest in not finance or skiing. And I'm like, wow, how do I get invited to this?
It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. And I'm really actually very proud of you, because like you don't really sit there and be like, yeah, I love event planning. I love organizing things. Like, it's.
Am I scared to do this? I am. Also, it's like managing your mindset. Like, I had a conversation with myself the other night at 11 p.m. And I was like, worst case scenario, it flops. And I'm like, okay, that's part of being an entrepreneur. Sometimes you have bad ideas, but that's not going to happen. Also, like, I need to get a certain number for group rates. I'm like, okay. And if that doesn't so my point is, be scared and do it anyway. Plus, like, I have like a bunch of like plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E. Like, this is happening. So
I love it. That's the best part of the small business entrepreneurial mindset, is be scared and do it anyway. I freaking love that. Okay. So all of this we talked about, you got here. What is your end goal? Meaning, we love this phrase to use, you and I, when we're 80 and we look back at everything, what do we want to see there? Like, what does your
80-year-old vision back
I
look
can't
like.
wait to see what we look like together at 80 and what kind of shenanigans
I will
we
still
get
be wearing
into.
animal print. Thank you.
Yes, by then we'll be drinking 1 glass of wine and calling it a day. I want to look back and be really proud of myself for taking the chances. Even using the ski retreat as an example, doing it is just making me feel so alive. It's like really challenging my comfort zones. Even arriving here today after sitting in 4 hours of traffic, I was a little frazzled when I arrived.
Killing it, my girl.
And just like, okay, I can arrive frazzled and I can also pull it together and be able to show up in a way that makes me proud. Like that's what I want to look back on when I'm 80 is to say like, okay, like I did it scared and I did it anyway. And I can't wait to see what transpires in the next 40
We're gonna be in the nursing home
years.
together, having some
Yeah.
cocktails with our animal. Well, you're not really an animal print girl, but
it's a little bold for me.
A little bold. Well, I am a bold kind of gal. But I've said it a million times. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of even just like you being here, like again, 4 hours in the freaking car, showing up looking like we probably could have used a little cocktail. Although we did have a Belvedere bottle out there, but we passed so that we could put together
We're mature now.
Kind of, although we're going to probably go have a cocktail at lunch right now. But anyways, tell everybody where they could find you again if they didn't catch it from episode 1.
2 best places are LinkedIn, Lauren Hornacek, HORNACEK, or my email coaching@laurenhornacek.com.
And like I said, if anybody is in the financial space, if you are sitting there like, wow, she just talked about everything I think about all the time. Like, I wanted this career. It's not working the way I thought it was going to, but how do I leave money and how do I do this? I 1,000% recommend her executive coaching, even though I didn't use it specifically for me for like, professional needs. Everything that we've spoken about, the reasons why she is my best friend, one of the most important people in my life is because I just genuinely trust her. And her skill sets are beyond in order for you to just help yourself figure out what it is you're meant to be doing. And you helped me do that. Go from all my different industries to become a friggin' author of kids' books. Like you've helped me immensely on my own path. So thank you. And thank you for coming. And thank you guys for tuning in. And thank you as always to Claudio, my guy, Kai Visions, brand new studio here. Share, like, do all the things. And thank you again to my best friend. Go best friend. You're my best friend. What's that song? Love it. Have a great day, guys. And we'll see you soon. Thanks so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, follow the full journey on social media at the handle mary.bell.books. And if you have need for audio, visual, content creation, and recording services, Kai Visions is located in Stamford, Connecticut, and can also be found on Instagram at CAYI Visions.